one of the biggest numbers that no one ever gets is how long did the malware dwell before it was detected and removed? Because it's not to the antivirus interest to tell you that, hey, it took us 3 weeks. Like the average ransomware program is in up to 8 months before it's detected and removed or goes off. So when an antivirus detects something and removes it, your risk is kind of gone. Most of the risk is when it's in your system collecting passwords and getting ready to encrypt things. But software doesn't tell you that. It doesn't tell you, it's just like, oh, we got rid of this malware program. So I tell people, like a little hint I tell them is enable application control software like AppLocker in audit only mode so that it detects every time there's a new execution. And then every time you have a malware detection, compare it on that device or workstation to when that execution first occurred. So the malware detects it, removes it, and it's always got a name. And you just search back in the AppLocker log, find the first execution, and you know how long it was living on that computer. And was it 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 3 weeks, 8 months? And you can start to literally in a day, I could help you set up a system in a day. And when you turn, most people, when they think of application control, which is whitelisting, blacklisting, they think about the enforcement mode, the blocking mode. And you really have to be thoughtful about that. And you're going to make a lot of people mad if you don't do it well. Audit only mode, when I turn on AppLocker in particular on Microsoft, no one even knows it occurs. Like we turned it on across Microsoft and nobody even knew, not even the computer security people, because it's uninvasive. But it's recording the event. So you can actually snapshot a computer and say, this is all the legitimate stuff. And then AppLocker will put a different code out for anything that's installed or executed after that snapshot. It's an event error message 8003. And you can literally, every time you get 8003, you can pick up that event, throw it in the database. Every time you get a malware detection, go look in that database. Even fileless malware, like people like, oh, can you detect fileless malware? Yes, it works. And then you can determine what's my dwell time, because that's really your risk. And you can track it per workstation. Like if Bill's computer gets compromised, if it's detected and removed in a second or a minute, not as much stuff I need to worry about. If it's on Bill's computer for 3 weeks, Bill's got to start deciding, okay, it could have been capturing my passwords, key logging me, where have I been, what did I do? And if it's on a CEO's computer, how long it was there. Well, and you can collect aggregate statistics as well and go, okay, we're using this software program, this AV or endpoint detection, and our dwell time starting to increase. Well, if you have the data, you can go to that vendor and go, hey, our dwell time for this ransomware used to be really good, but now it's starting to lengthen. When you give them the data, they'll actually respond and fix that problem. So, and it's amazing, it's free. All it takes is picking up events from 2 different things, putting them in a database and running a script that does a comparison.